This is your camp. And how you been? Thank you so much for taking out the time. I've been after you.
I know.
I messaged Mitaji also. Finally, I'm doing it.
Finally.
तब से लगता है संजय दत्त is the only biggest actor. So we had this bottling plant of Campa Cola.
Oh,
My father
okay.
was
Okay.
Head of North India.
Right.
In Allahabad.
In Allahabad.
So I remember I was so mad about Sanjay Dutt. So then there was no media. So पापा ने एक मेल या मेल लेटर लिखा था सुनील दत्त साहब.
Okay.
And we got that letter from him.
Seriously, yeah, he
Yes.
was that
He
way.
was
Yeah,
very-
he was
Yes,
really
उन्होंने
used
हम
to.
पापा को ही लेटर लिखा
Yeah.
था specifically.
वो सुनील दत्त साहब बोलने लगे कि यार तू ये लाइफ में कहाँ से
एक्टर क्यों नहीं बना?
actor क्यों नहीं बना?
उनको कभी वो नहीं, you know, हुआ कि I'm so and so or you know things. He's a very grassroots person.
चलो गाइस लेट्स गो. स्टार किड हो आप, तो आपका बचपन किस तरह का था?
मैं कभी स्टार किड नहीं थी. I think हम तीनों
ओके.
were never star kid.
When the legendary Nargis Dutt ji passed away and आप बहुत छोटी थी, तो एक मनस्थिति हिल जाती है इंसान की.
घर बिल्कुल खाली हो गया. It was like we were just left there to kind of deal with things. My mother had 6 surgeries in 2 weeks. So the doctor said, and she used to bleed internally. So the doctor said, I can't operate her now. You know how my mother was. She had become dark, swollen. She was in a coma. I couldn't recognize her at all. So usually ICU में वो सब mask वास्क पहना, तो मैंने पहनना शुरू किया, ये वो दिया था, and she told me you don't need it. So I said, why? You know, I have to go and meet my mom. So that nurse said, just go. We brought her body home, everything happened, and press was there, and press started asking us questions. Abhi aapko kaise lag raha hai? And my father took us, to the room next door, and he said, see, आप लोगों को जितना भी रोना है ना, यहाँ रो लो. Just cry with me in this room. जितना भी करना है, because there will be so many people out there. Not everybody has come for the love of your mother.
फिर एक ऐसा टाइम आया, द एक्टर संजय दत्त, द ब्रदर, उनकी लाइफ में टर्मोइल.
You know, my father was such a larger than life man, correct? You know, and that was the first time I used to just see him. Arthur Road jail था, वहाँ एक छोटा सा entrance था office में. He used to sit there. Me and my sister had never even gone to a police station ever in our lives. You know, but we used to be taking his tiffin, we would to the jail.
बहुत चीजें लाइफ में अचीव की हैं, लूज भी की हैं, बट व्हाट इज लेफ्ट टू कॉन्कर?
They say na, you have many miles to go before you sleep. So I'm a kind of person, I don't think I can never retire.
कोई पूछे तुमसे कौन हूं मैं, तुम कह देना कोई खास नहीं. एक दोस्त है कच्चा पक्का सा, एक झूठ है आधा सच्चा सा. जज्बातों को पर्दा दे देना, गढ़ देना बहाना अच्छा सा. जीवन का ऐसा साथी है जो दूर सा है कुछ पास नहीं. कोई पूछे तुमसे कौन हूं मैं, तुम कह देना कोई खास नहीं. नमस्कार, मैं हूं रिदम दत्ता और आप सबका स्वागत है रिदम ऑफ लाइफ में. अक्सर हमारी जिंदगी में मुलाकात दो तरह के इंसानों से होती है, टाइप 1 एंड टाइप 2. टाइप 1 अक्सर ऐसे इंसान होते हैं जिनको आप देखते हैं जो सिर्फ अपनी बातें करते हैं, अपने अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में बोलते जाते हैं, अच्छाइयाँ गिनाते थकते नहीं हैं. और टाइप 2 ऐसे इंसान जो इनमें से कुछ भी नहीं करते, जो सिर्फ अपना काम करते हैं और अपने सीधे पथ पर चलते जाते हैं. और आज के जो हमारे खास फनकार हैं वो टाइप 2 हैं, इसलिए ये नज़्म भी उनके लिए है. उन्होंने अपने हुनर, अपने अचीवमेंट्स, अपने परिवार के प्रति जो प्रेम है वो अपने तक रखा, उन्होंने जग जाहिर नहीं किया और सीधा लाइन पर चलती गई. उन्हें सारी दुनिया प्रिया दत्त के नाम से जानती है. मैं उनको प्यार से दीदी बोलता हूँ और वो है हमारे इस एपिसोड की द डॉटर इंडिया. थैंक यू दीदी फॉर बीइंग ऑन अ शो. हमारे ये टीम ने ना डॉटर इंडिया नाम आपको दिया है, तो वुड यू लाइक टू टेक दिस टाइटल?
It's an honor for me, really. I think आपने तो बहुत कुछ कह दिया रिदम, एंड इट मेक्स मी फील रियली वंडरफुल, एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गिविंग मी दिस ऑनर।
आप टाइप 2 इंसान में आती हैं, आपने अपनी फैमिली, अपनी सक्सेस स्टोरीज, अपने अचीवमेंट्स हमेशा बोले नहीं ज़िंदगी में लोगों के आगे, अपने तक रखे। तो डिड यू शाई अवे फ्रॉम टेलिंग सच टेल्स, और ये आपका नेचर ही ऐसा है?
नहीं, आई नेवर शाइड अवे। आई थिंक मेरा नेचर ही ऐसा है। मैं वो मेरी जो एनर्जी है, मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ कि वो काम में ज़्यादा लगाऊं और बातों में कम। और कभी कभी ना, जैसे आप आजकल के ज़माने में सोशल मीडिया में देखती हूँ कि कॉन्स्टेंटली लोग सोशल मीडिया पे हैं। अगर खा रहे हैं तो सोशल मीडिया, कुछ कपड़े पहने हैं तो सोशल मीडिया। I just find that, too much. I mean, I don't think I can do that. And तो कभी कभी मैं उसमें पीछे भी रह जाती हूँ। मेरी ज़िंदगी में ये रहा है कि क्योंकि मैं अपने काम में फोकस करती हूँ, या जो मुझे करना है वही करती हूँ, तो उस वजह से थोड़ी सी पीछे भी रह जाती हूँ।
And you've born in a very family which has legacy in all the ways and means, and जिनकी रिस्पेक्ट आज तक है, और एक केंद्र है रिस्पेक्ट इज इक्वल टू दैट फैमिली। तो फिर भी इतनी बड़ी लेगेसी के बाद आपने अपना एक पहचान बनाई, यू गॉट ऑन टू योर पाथ। तो व्हाट वाज दैट एनर्जी दैट ड्राइव गॉट यू ड्रिवन टुवर्ड्स दीस थिंग्स?
सो रिदम, यू वेरी राइटली सेड, क्योंकि एक फैमिली, इस तरह की फैमिली में पैदा होना, where both my parents have been great people, not only as film stars but as human beings. और फिर मेरे भाई हैं जो his life has also been something which I think you can't stop talking about. तो इस तरह की फैमिली में पैदा होना, पहले तो मुझे बहुत गर्व लगता है, क्योंकि मैंने सब लोगों से इतना कुछ सीखा। लेकिन when you are out there working, आपका कंपैरिजन हमेशा आपके फैमिली के साथ होता है। जैसे मुझे जब टिकट मिला, मैं जानती हूँ कि एज अ कॉमन पर्सन आई वुड नॉट हैव गॉट दैट टिकट। मेरे पिताजी की वजह से मुझे वो टिकट मिला। मेरे पिताजी, और वो जो पहला इलेक्शन भी जो मैं लड़ी, वो मेरे पिताजी का इलेक्शन था। मैं अपने काम के बल पे नहीं लड़ी। लेकिन जो दूसरा इलेक्शन था वो मेरे काम के बल पे था। मेरे पिताजी के वैल्यूज़ मेरे साथ हैं, उनकी प्रिंसिपल्स जो उन्होंने मुझे बताए, उनके वैल्यूज़, उनकी सीख जो मुझे मिली, वो हमेशा मेरे साथ रहेगी और मैं उसी तरह आगे बढ़ूंगी। लेकिन मेरी वो होगा, वो मेरी तरह
आपकी तरफ भी रहेगा। स्टार किड हो आप, तो आपका बचपन किस तरह का था? ऐसी कुछ यादें?
मैं कभी स्टार किड नहीं थी। आई थिंक हम तीनों were never star kid.
Okay. You have been raised like a normal,
very normal middle class family. हमारा जो घर भी था, हम बड़े बंगले में रहते थे। बट अगर मैं आपको कहानी बोलूं कि मेरे पिताजी ने वो बंगला कैसे खरीदा था, my mother was a huge star, my father was just a struggling actor at the time. और जब उनकी शादी हुई, they stayed in a 1-bedroom hall kitchen, but my father said that मैं अगर आपसे शादी करूँगा, I want to give you the best. and उन्होंने एक्चुअली लोन लेकर ये घर बांद्रा में खरीदा। तब बांद्रा था like the way beyond, nobody wanted to come to Bandra to stay. And that he bought that bungalow for 1 lakh, और वो भी उनके पास पैसे नहीं थे, और उन्होंने इंस्टॉलमेंट में पैसे भरने लगे। हम लोग तीनों वहाँ ही बड़े हुए। लेकिन हमारी ज़िंदगी बहुत नॉर्मल थी। Till my mother passed away, I was 13 when she did. I didn't even know she was a big star.
Okay.
And she was just a mother for me. My father was an actor, but मेरे पिताजी बहुत strict थे। हम लोग कभी shootings पे नहीं गए। He used to not even have a film magazine at home.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were just focused our studies, playing, doing all the stuff. My mother was always with us, taking us for picnics and family outings. So it was a very normal family. मेरे हर स्कूल फंक्शन में मेरी माँ और मेरे पिताजी थे।
सोशल मीडिया का ज़माना भी हम बात कर रहे थे
बहुत ज़्यादा। हाँ।
सो जब मैं आपके बचपन की बात करूँ, जहाँ इतना सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, and let's come to today's when even a new hat it comes on the social
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
I'm referring to the two comparisons of that
That
era of
generation,
and
of
today.
course.
तो आपको लगता है कि आपका जो बचपन था ज्यादा बेहतर है
Oh.
आज के सोशल मीडिया स्टार्स से?
बहुत ही ज़्यादा, you know, I think there was that feeling of being free. You know, that is most important, and I think that is something inherently in me. You know, the feeling of always wanting to be free. You know, you don't have to be judged. You don't have to
Yeah.
be, you know, a certain way. You have to behave. कि मैं वहाँ जा रही हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगना चाहिए, वहाँ जा रही हूँ तो वैसा लगना चाहिए. You know, that is something I won't be able to even handle. So that has never been part of my life. But आज जब मैं देखती हूँ, I feel so sad. You know, कि आज के बच्चे भी हैं या youngsters हैं. Everything is about something unreal, a persona they have to put up.
A small example that has come to my mind is Kareena and Saif's
Yeah.
son Taimur. उनका जन्म जैसा हुआ वो तो
बिल्कुल.
पैपराजी के फेवरेट बन गए और वो
Yeah.
हर जगह. तो मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं वो छोटे से हैं बट उनके जहन में आ जाता है कि मुझे कोई देख रहा है, कैप्चर
देख
कर
रहा
रहा
है,
है.
of course वो होगा ही, you know, that being constantly in the limelight. So I just feel that you know, it's really sad that everything has become so public.
तो दीदी हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से भी आप काफ़ी करीब रही हैं. If I ask you now how evolved you see our industry in terms of persona and craft?
I feel there is huge opportunity now. और जब मैं ज़्यादा, you know, आज OTT platforms देखती हूँ and I see the talent is amazing. You know, you may not. I think वो जो era of, you know, being number one and being number two and number three and the greatest star and, you know, all that stuff, I think has kind of taken a backseat. And today you're actually watching talented people on screen. And I think it's a great time for, you know, so many who have been left behind and can really, you know, use this platform and take this opportunity today.
And आपने भी टेलीविजन प्रोडक्शन एंड यू नो विजुअल
हाँ,
मीडियम
जी.
की पढ़ाई की है, फिर भी आप यू नो फिल्म मेकिंग उन चीज़ों से दूर रहे. तो कैन वी थिंक यू नो विद द एडवेंट ऑफ सोशल मीडिया एंड ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स
You know,
you're
it's been
foring, you
so
may for
long.
yourself?
It's been so long, but I don't know. I would hope to, if I do get a chance to make something meaningful, maybe, you know, I don't know, but it's been too long for me now. So,
No, but as we just mentioned, you know, OTT का ज़माना
OTT का ज़माना है और
आप
बहुत
yeah.
और उस ज़माने में मैंने पढ़ा है, I was passionate about doing documentary films और वहाँ उस टाइम में तो
And I think
documentary
today is the
films
era, you know.
and today is the era for
Yeah,
documentaries,
yeah.
really, and it's so amazing because at that time I studied and I wanted to do this, I wanted to make, you know, docudramas, I wanted to make documentary films.
And one thing that has always been very important to you, Didi, is your family. You're the youngest and you've been loved the most. And आपने उतना प्यार अपने परिवार को दिया भी है, दीदी. तो अगर मैं ये पूछूं, एक जिंदगी में परिवार के क्या मायने होते हैं?
I think परिवार, I think सबसे important चीज़ होती है. अगर हम सब ने ये इतने उतार चढ़ाव देखे हैं और हम तब भी इससे उभर कर आए हैं, ये बिकॉज हमारा परिवार बहुत बॉन्डेड है, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. अगर परिवार नहीं होता तो you know, it's very difficult to cope with anything, and I feel that is also an issue today when, you know, you talk about पहला होता था joint families.
जी जी.
Correct. So, you know, everybody was taking care of each other. किसी को कुछ हो जाता था, सब लोग आके, you know, साथ में बैठ के एक matter solve कर देते. But of course, nuclear families happened and things like that. Ours was also a nuclear family. But the connect is very important, you know, and I feel that was thanks to my parents that did happen, and that's what they taught us, that you must always stand together to face an issue or problem.
And you were also very young, you know, when the legendary, you know, Nargis Das ji passed away, and आप बहुत छोटी थी, तो एक मनस्थिति हिल जाती है इंसान की. तो आप उस दौर से कैसे निकली, क्या मोटिवेशन था? Why am I asking is because, you know, there are a lot of people who are watching and they have a lot of hardships like them, these in their life. आपकी कहानी से क्या पता उन्हें कोई मोटिवेशन मिल जाए, तो वो क्या मोटिवेशन था दीदी?
मैं कुछ 12 या 13 साल की थी जब मेरी माँ बीमार हो गई. वो शी वॉज इन राज्यसभा एट दैट टाइम एंड शी वॉज रश टू द हॉस्पिटल. यहाँ तो कैंसर के बारे में ज़्यादा कुछ पता भी नहीं था. द ट्रीटमेंट वॉज नॉट अवेलेबल. वी डिडंट इवन नो व्हाट कैंसर वॉज. सो एंड उस ज़माने में टू गो टू द US वॉज अ वेरी बिग थिंग. वहाँ तो एक कॉल करना भी, इट यूज टू बी लाइटनिंग कॉल करना, पर 4 दिन वेट करो जब तक कनेक्ट हो US में. सो वी यूज टू नॉट इवन गेट, उनकी खबर भी इतनी जैसे रोज़ नहीं मिलती थी हमें. तो पिताजी मेरे पापा लेकर उनको चले गए. वी वर हियर, आई वाज इन स्कूल, सिस्टर वाज इन कॉलेज, माय ब्रदर वाज हियर, एंड वी यूज्ड टू जस्ट वेट एवरी डे दैट जस्ट टू फाइंड आउट हाउ माय मदर वाज. सो एंड घर बिल्कुल खाली हो गया. वी वर जस्ट, it was like we were just left there to kind of deal with things. So it was a very, very difficult phase till one fine day my father said that you all need to come over here. We didn't know why, what, how. So हम लोग सब चले गए to the US. First time in my life going to the US, straight from the airport to the hospital. And we were told that dad was given a thing from the doctor that better call your family. My mother had 6 surgeries in 2 weeks. So the doctor said, and she used to bleed internally. So the doctor said, I can't operate her now. She will die on the operation table. And my father said, I can't take that decision without my children. I need them to be here. So that's the reason we went over there. And, the first time you're going there, the doctor is saying this, and my father saying, what we should do. And my mother was in the ICU. तो वहाँ हमें पूरा बैठ के समझाया कि आप जब अपनी माँ को देखेंगे तो डर मत जाना. She'll have tubes, ये वो the other. So they counseled us. And when we went in, I couldn't recognize my mother. Because how my mother was. She had become dark, swollen, she was in a coma. I couldn't recognize her at all. And then we took the decision that no, we won't give up. We told the doctor, आप हमें जो कुछ भी साइन करवाना है करवा दीजिए, but we want her to go through the operation. And it so happened that she survived, And it was my father actually, he had become so, he used to talk to her every day. किसी ने उनको बोला क्या वो कोमा में भी रहेंगी ना तो आपकी आवाज़ सुनेगी. So keep talking to her. So he used to talk to her about us, that Priya school में है, जो college जा रही है, they're going to be here soon, about what we are doing. He kept talking to her as if he's, we are talking. And he was like a madman, and alone there. So I think for us going there, my sister and me, I was 13, my sister's 18 or something. Our life just changed. We suddenly grew up. We became, okay, now we have to take care of dad at least. वो खाते नहीं थे, कुछ नहीं करते थे. तो वो जो phase से हम गुजरे was a very difficult phase. But I always had faith that she's going to be fine. Mom is sick, but she's going to be fine. I think that is what a 13-year-old, would always think. One day she'll be okay. She's just going through such a bad thing, and she's coming out of it. All her, जो कुछ भी doctor was saying, अरे ये नहीं होगा, but she used to fight and come out of it. जब वो फिर वापस मुंबई आई एंड वी हैड टू कम बैक अर्ली एंड डू अप द हाउस एंड ऑल फॉर हर, एंड उनके साथ नर्स भी आई टू टेक केयर she was adamant to come back. You know, she said, whatever happens, मुझे कुछ भी हो जाए, मुझे मैं अपने देश में ही आना है वापस, बस हो गया अभी, you know. So actually the doctors had told her not to go, but she just did listen. And वो जब यहाँ आई, she spent her last wedding anniversary. You know, and she still had the tubes and still had everything, and admitted to the hospital. So till the last, you know, even in Breach Candy Hospital, जब उनका यहाँ tracheostomy हुआ, she was started bleeding, and you know, Dad was rushing, कभी ये मंदिर में, everywhere. You know, he used to go, I think, every third day to Shirdi. And he was coming back from Shirdi when they got a call that she's sinking. And we were in hospital when we had just gone back home. And पापा पहुँचे और हमें फ़ोन आया कि कब. उस समय भी it didn't occur to me that she's no more. He said, yeah, she'll be fine. So we went into the ICU. So usually ICU में वो सब मास्क वास्क पहना, तो मैंने पहनना शुरू किया, ये वो the other, and she told me you don't need it. So I said, why? You know, I have to go and meet my mom. So that nurse said, just go. And when I went there, I went thinking like, you know, everything is still okay. She's serious, but everything is still okay till, you know, her machines were all, they had plugged out all her machines. Everything was just, you know. So for a 13-year-old, for me, I could not accept it. So I think with the sadness, more than the sadness and the pain of that, it was anger. I was angry with God. I was angry with everything. That how can this happen? Why would she have to go through so much just to die? You know, and so I think all that was going on in my head. I could not accept it. Even so that at that point I remember even her funeral, and that's when I want to say was like privacy. जब आप बोलते हैं ना कि कोई
जी चाहिए होती.
So we brought her body.
It was
home.
a very big mass.
We brought her body home. Everything happened, and press was there, and press started asking us question. अभी आपको कैसे लग रहा है? And I'm like, how can you? So I kind of blew up. You know, anybody would. That you know, so it became so I was just very angry. And my father took us, you know, to the room next door, and he said, "See, आप लोगों को जितना भी रोना है ना, यहाँ रो लो. Just cry with me in this room. जितना भी करना है, because there'll be so many people out there. Not everybody has come for the love of your mother. Many people have just come to see what is happening. Okay, so keep your strength, keep that dignity." You know, and because you will have to face this. And that was a very big lesson for us, you know. So we had to go out and actually face people. My mom's body is lying there. People kept coming. But we had to keep our strength. We had to keep that, you know. And that whole process happened. Life became very difficult from then on, because for, you know, especially for my father, because he knew nothing. My mother used to take care of everything. He never knew where his clothes were, what it was. वो अगर shooting जाते तो she used to pack his bag, medicines, ये वो. तो बहुत difficult हो गया उनके लिए, you know. And my sister actually took on a lot at that time. She became the mother of the household. You know, took on a lot of responsibility. So in many ways, she lost her childhood completely. She lost her teen years completely. And I was in we both lost a year in school and college. And Dad was going through a very tough time. You know, he couldn't sleep at night. He used to wake up at 3-4 in the morning and leave the house. Kahan gaye papa, kahan gaye? He used to go to the Kabristan and sit there, you know. So imagine what it must have been for him with 3 teenagers, not knowing what and how he can handle it. He had to get back to work again. Again, for nearly a year, 2 years, there was no work because he was in the US. Bhaiya's film, he was directing. Then somebody else started directing the film and completed the film. And unka jo release bhi hua was only 2 days after my mom's death, because she had actually said that मैं stretcher में भी आ जाऊँगी, you know. So we had kept a seat for her, you know, there, and we all went through that whole process.
It was also very well shown in the movie that
Yeah. And also for Sanjay, imagine it, for him it is the greatest day of his life, but the saddest day of his life. You know, I mean, his career was just taking off, and so everything was like at that time was a mess.
But
you know,
still, the only way out was to get out. Of it.
You know, we didn't know what was happening, and my father was really in a terrible state. Till one day, you know, both me and my sister said, like, you know, we also got very worried. Now, what's going to happen? You know, if Papa is going to be in this way. And one day, I remember taking him to our terrace, and he was really very sad. You know, he used to not even cry in front of us. Okay, never show that he's, you know, broken down or anything. And I took him to the terrace, and I said, "See, Dad, you see that brightest star up there?" So he looked up and he said, I said, "That is Mama. She's always watching us. See, wherever you see, that star will be there." And after that, something happened. I don't know what. I think he must have realized that, like, what am I doing? You know, I need to be there for these kids. And my father was a very strong-willed man, you know. So the next day, it was like a flip. You know, everything changed. Everything changed. He used to smoke like a chimney, chucked his cigarettes, threw everything out of the house. And he said, nothing to, you know, I have to now live for my children. And his next venture was my brother.
फिर एक ऐसा टाइम आया, द एक्टर द संजय दत्त, द ब्रदर, उनकी लाइफ ने टर्मोइल के एक लिया, और वो कैसा पीरियड था दीदी?
With my brother being in jail, his incarceration, my father was a very straight up man, you know, and he always, what he told the authorities, that you punish him for what he's done. If he has taken a weapon, you punish him for that. Under Arms Act, nothing. But don't call him a terrorist.